I'm cautiously optimistic about Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. I just like the fact that there's going to be some kind of space competition with Star Wars out there. I mean, I would have loved for Babylon 5 to be the torchbearer that really got up and made science fiction a little bit smarter than what we're seeing from Disney's Star Wars, but unfortunately it was not going to be the case. I'm a big Star Trek fan and always have been, but unfortunately the way those series have gone over the last several years, except for a little bit of Strange New Worlds, has just been a disaster as well. It seems like nobody can do science fiction movies well. But Zack Snyder's making his Rebel Moon deal, and it's showing some signs of promise. And this is something that, from just a moral standpoint, I'm going to look at, and I'm going to show you that like it is actually a little refreshing to hear this out of Hollywood, and I'm a little surprised too. Now, I've already made a Star Wars sort of replacement, and I've done this as a novel. This is Justified Saga of the Known Templar. I made a 3-book series of trilogy, of course. Which is more like a Catholic, sort of Templars replacing the idea of Jedis in space, because I think the Jedi moral code is stupid, whereas, of course, Christian moral code is much better. So if you guys want to check that out, this is really good, and I promise you a lot of action, a lot of fun through this. This is on Amazon. Look it up. John Delarose, Justified Saga of the Nano Templar, and read this weekend. Thank you guys for the support in all the books so far. But beyond that, if you're going to watch Rebel Moon, which you probably will, this is an interesting take from Bounding into Comics. He ditches Hollywood's moral relativism propaganda in Rebel Moon. It's very much clear as far as the morality of who's good and who's bad. Now, this is a big deal to me. And the reason it is because everything in Hollywood has been like, your heroes really aren't the heroes that you thought they were. If you look the way that The Last Jedi handled Luke Skywalker, he's just this whiny little bitch on a planet who just was like, I failed in everything I ever tried to do. And that's what they did. They took this hero who had the wonderful hero's journey of Luke Skywalker, and then they turned him into this to just show you there's no heroes. None of it's real. All of this is just pointless. It's all nihilism, right? And that's what they do in a lot of the movies these days. That's kind of what they did to Nick Fury in the recent Secret Invasion show on Disney Plus too. They love taking these old heroes and just absolutely running them through the ringer and then saying they're not actually what you thought they were and giving them a middle finger. And what it does is it gives the audience a middle finger too. It makes you feel like these people accomplished nothing and that nothing good came out of the stories, so it invalidates the original stories to begin with. Now, if Rebel Moon actually does keep to this, and what he says here, his exact quote, is it's a huge underdog movie. The villagers, they really don't have a chance. I think it's just pretty straightforward, good versus evil, few against many concept. If that holds to be the case, and if this is a simple movie with actual real morals involved with the fight here, we're going to have a decent film as it is, because you'll care about the characters on that level. Now, I don't know about the aesthetic of it. I think it looks a little bit silly. But the Star Wars aesthetic looks a little bit silly too, so we'll see how this goes. Now, some of these stills just look like this is more of a post-apocalyptic deal than it is actually like that kind of bright Star Wars future, which I used to like before they made everything dark and edgy in all the science fiction films. The aesthetic might not be where I want it to be, but it'll be close enough if the morals of the story work out very well. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this. We'll be watching this, of course, when it comes out and reporting. I love that there's an alternative to Star Wars. I hope that there's going to be more. And of course, please check out my books on Amazon this weekend. Those links are in the description below. See you.